Alright, let's head over to Monokuma Rock and let's get the trial for Nagito going. Alright. It's so empty, Jesus.
Damn right.
Looks like everyone's here. Huh? Is this it? Shouldn't there be more people?
Damn it.
Stop it. You're making me depressed. You're making me depressed. So it is going to happen again. The cruel conflict where we must doubt our friends. But once we're through this, we can go back, right? That Monokuma bastard said so, didn't he? He said this is the last class trial.
Damn it.
But we've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way I can believe that so easily.
Of course not.
Why can't you believe it? The guy who's making us do all this is the one saying it, you know?
Right?
That's why. I'll definitely survive. If we can really go home after we deal with this class trial.
That's right.
I'll definitely find out who the killer is, no matter what, even if I have to pull out all the stops. Oh, she mad. What the fuck? Why are you here? You haven't realized it yet? That feeling of wanting to leave this island? Thinking like that is Monokuma's trap, you know?
Huh?
Huh? What are you saying?
Got it?
There's no way Monokuma will end things here. He's planning something far worse. Stop trying to jinx us.
I'll pick you up.
Damn right. Stupid rabbits should just shut up. Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair. Huh? I have finally realized after losing my powers. Hey, Rumi. I've realized that cursing your powerlessness or your fate accomplishes nothing. The possibility may be small, but as long as there's a possibility, you must face it in order to become someone who can be proud of yourself. So I will fight. You're the only one fighting, man. What's her deal? I do not really know, but she seems different from before. Maybe she read a self-help book.
Wait.
But her eyes, she looked so determined.
You.
What can you tell us just by looking at those button eyes? Anyway, making sure you turn off Minimaru, it'd be annoying if you started talking during the trial. Ah, fine.
But still.
Somehow I understand what Monami is saying, I think. Anyway, let's get going to the last class trial. You're right. We need to find out as much as we can. No matter what hopeless truth awaits us in the end. Yeah, I mean, the last class trial. It's, messed up case, I'll tell you that much. This is the end. I kept saying those words to myself over and over within my head. I entered Monokuma Rock. Rock.
Yeah.
Did they move? Or no? I swear to God some of them moved. Whatever. This elevator ride, this will be the last time for this too, right? I hope so.
Well,
Let's worry about things after we're finished.
you are right.
More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us. Oh man, I wonder who it is. Hopefully no one I like. Well, I like all of them, but like my favorites, you know? The killer managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this is going to go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that. Nagito was problematic in many ways, but he was also a valuable asset during the trials. Yeah, you're right. In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. But even if he's gone, the ones who've survived need to stand and fight. We must fight. Yeah. And then the doors slowly opened. This bright light greeting us. Is that the light of hope? Or the light of despair? I don't know. But it is kind of wacky.
Well now.
The ambiance, the whole setting is kind of wacky. Well then, now that chatterbox Nagito is gone, there are only 6 of you left.
Shut the hell up.
Enough, just fucking start this already.
Hey.
Hey, this is it, right? This is really the last class trial, right?
Yep.
Yep, it sure is. So, you gotta show some enthusiasm and make sure you give it your all.
All right.
Didn't I tell you? He said it. This is the end.
Now then.
Let's get this trial started.
Viva killing!
This is the last class trial. Let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other. This is the 5th class trial. According to Monokuma, this is also the last class trial. That curtain is about to rise. Oh god, I hate that. Nagito Komaede, the ultimate lucky student. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. Jesus. But his true nature held such a demented thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He said he was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair just to prove that hope will never lose to despair. And he said that he'd become a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking was completely screwed up. But there were also times he saved us too. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it, but it's one of us. There's no way we can end this without knowing. We will be consumed by despair. I don't remember any of the truth bullets, so this is probably going to be rough. I think I was probably on autopilot that entire time I was playing. So, that's why we absolutely have to find out. The person who finished off Nagito. The killer who murdered Nagito. In order to return from this despair alive, we need to reach the truth. And if Monokuma says this is really the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. And so, this life-threatening trial, bellowing with hope and despair, the last one, has begun. Ooh, this is... Ooh. Alright, I'm really glad that they let you look at the truth bullets. A lot of scratch marks on him. Torture wounds. They were tied with rope. Okay, burned rope. Survival knife. We saw that at the, what was it, the army base. Blood on left hand was wacky. Duct tape didn't covered up blood or something. Spear of Gungnir. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it was impaled through him. This Monokuma thingy. I don't know. That bloodstain on the girder. These things looking like dominoes. The oil lighter. MP3 player. Sonya's... What was her account? Sonya secretly used one of the bombs. Okay. That thing. Okay. No long that the bombs were fake. However, he apparently never revealed that fact to anyone. Okay. Some diary. Gas mask and gloves. Piece of blue paper. The poison. And then the file. Alright. I think I'm ready. I don't think I have any skills. I don't think I got a single one throughout this entire game. I guess it was extremely difficult to get them, but whatever.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
Yep.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person,
Hey, yo, Wendell, what's up?
I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
I hope you're having a good day, Wendell.
Oh my, Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you?
She's also not tied up. Like, that's like, I expect her to be tied up, you know? I don't like change. No, I'm kidding, but... Is she on a step stool?
You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit? Chesto!
Okay. Not again. Oh, she's still standing.
One more time!
Not again.
Jeez! How about this one?
And again.
be my final blow.
Dang.
It's useless.
Please stop. I feel bad for Monomi.
You know what? I do too.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monomi. The class trial has started, after all.
It started? What do you mean?
The victim this time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
I am too. That's why we're doing the trial after all.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Oh god, now we're all doubting each other.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
Yeah, I like arguing. It's fun. The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Or maybe they're not. Maybe... Oh, God. God, oh no. Oh no.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
Okay.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? No. Were the wounds on Nagito's body really caused by torture in the first place?
The killer didn't tape. I'm telling you, they were.
The reason Nagito's body.
It's because the killer tortured
Let's do this.
Nagito.
Jesus fucking Christ. Why was that hard? They tortured Nagito. Wait. I don't know. I'm confused. Why that's the case.
Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything.
That's true. That's very much true. And also I don't know why this is lagging. It shouldn't be that much hard on my PC, so...
If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
It's, yeah.
I'm prepared.
Oh.
Ah, I just realized it. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
A trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
Okay. You want to talk. Get stupid. Okay. Stupid? This one should be easier. I imagine. Torture wounds, burned rope, survival knife, duct tape, spear of Gungnir, Monokuma plushie, oil lighter. Okay.
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. They wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
Okay. Do I have to...
Tape his
Okay.
mouth shut. How is he supposed to answer anything?
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Pay attention. This is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
Okay.
Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut.
That's not... No.
Whew, that was close, you guys. Thanks to me.
Oh,
you guys
shit.
didn't get
Oops.
caught in the trap.
Forgot about that. Hit Nagito's mouth after getting information on him. Sure, that sounds reasonable, but that clearly contradicts the truth. And that truth, I actually know this one. So, you don't gotta worry about that. You don't gotta worry about me trying this for like 10 minutes. If you had listened to me until the very end, I wouldn't have to go to the trouble of repeating
Pay
myself.
attention. This is how it went. First,
Whoops.
the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
Okay.
Then, after they killed him,
After they killed him.
they duct taped his mouth shut.
Huh? I'm sorry, excuse me?
Trap. Pay attention.
That's exactly what it is. What do you mean?
First, the killer
Did I do it on the wrong one? It's probably the wrong one. You know what? I'll just... Okay. It's probably just the wrong... This one, maybe? Okay. It was just the wrong contradiction. Okay. It's all good. We're fine.
There's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
What did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? You might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
Dude, what? Do you want to die? Like...
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? Do you have a crush on him or something?
No, you're just stupid. Are you in elementary school or something? You should have said that out loud, dude.
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds. Which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Dude, Fuyuhiko and I are just... We're... What can I say, dude? We're the same, like...
Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
Yeah, I agree.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Didn't we all? Well,
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer? If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard.
okay.
If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
Hmm? The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
Why else would it have been set on fire?
Can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Which means it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Yeah, at this time, I actually agree with you, Kazuichi.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Yeah, but like how?
Some kind of setup?
I mean,
What?
I mean, we're obviously gonna figure it out, but I'm just saying.
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect. Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is!
Yeah, let's go. The reason for the fire, huh? They're right. We need to clear that up first. The reason for the fire. Alright. A burned rope, maybe?
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
That is true. I agree with that.
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
It's long.
Some way?
It's just long.
Maybe they used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Or perhaps opening the door caused intense wind pressure to tip over the lighter.
I think it's Kazuichi's thing. And that was just right there. Some kind of setup was used to start the fire, that fire, so what could it be?
The direct
This was very long.
The killer
Jeez. I'm using like 200% of my brain right now. Whew.
If they tipped over, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way? Maybe they used invisible thread.
No.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Right? It's not, well, not with sound waves, but like with the Monokuma things.
Crap.
Okay, well, that's it. I give up.
The fire was the oil lighter found at the crime
That's
scene.
true. Yeah.
The killer used some kind of setup.
Some setup.
He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
Okay.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Not with sound
Or
waves.
perhaps opening the door caused.
Okay, well, maybe it's
the
that.
wind pressure to tip over the lighter.
Maybe it's that. Maybe it's Sonia's thing that I do the panels on. If so, I'm gonna like start molding and crawling.
The oil lighter found at
I'm gonna start
He lit the curtain.
crying.
kind of setup.
Did they use the oil?
They probably just based on the shape it can stand up
If they tipped over, it could have ignited.
some way. Maybe they used invisible.
There should have been a way to.
Or perhaps
Opening the door caused.
There we. Okay, that's. I'm molding and crawling. I'm gonna start crying right now. I'm seething.
I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
just as I thought. It was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels. A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
It means it was used as dominoes.
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
Yeah.
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second.
I like this. I like this a lot, actually. I really need more of, like, the visual, in this. Because I'm just stupid.
And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
The killer did one other thing to hide the domino effect. They also did that other thing, which was probably the MP3 player, if I were to guess.
I see.
Yeah. To hide the noise of them falling over.
Talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
You know, we had a rocky start, but we're coming through. Coming through. The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Within that darkness, a loud hymnal blared. Hymnal? I don't know how to say that. I'm pretty sure I said it right. Blared throughout the warehouse at full volume. Hey, do you guys hear something? Yeah, it's really damn loud. Does Nagito like listening to this depressing crap? Nah, I'm not talking about the music. And as if on cue, it suddenly started.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
You got a good ear.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
It's fine. I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Clatter, clatter, clatter. Huh, it's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. I knew it, it's a trap. Seriously, just stop it, okay? Didn't I tell you it'll be fine? I just gotta use a little more force. What happened to opening it slowly? Akane ignored their protests, and with a mighty kick, the door flew open.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
I don't think it's that heavy.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter. Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
So it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
If that door was the only entrance to the warehouse, I see. So the problem Chiaki's talking about is they could have hidden inside. We couldn't take any merch. The killer couldn't have left. They couldn't have left.
I see.
That is an issue.
If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
No, because we were all there.
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used. You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
Huh?
You don't mean...
But if that's true, this murder,
Hajime? What do you mean?
the person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse, there's only one person who could have done that. Oh, God. It's Nagito. Where is he? There.
This is my answer.
Because, yeah. He would have been locked.
What if it was Nagito?
What if he killed himself?
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
Yeah, but, like, why would he, like, cut himself like that? And how was he able to tie himself up?
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid. His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
Yeah, but, like, how?
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember? Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Like you said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel I feel like I'm overlooking something. Yeah. Burned rope, maybe? God, I'm so used to, like, being able to...
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
It's true.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
What does that even mean?
Dirty joke!
Oh.
Is that a dirty joke?
I'm really stupid. If our assumption that Nagito committed suicide is correct, Nagito should have tied himself up too. That's okay, right? No.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is
I'm
one
really
thing,
stupid.
but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm. It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
She's talking about your cock. The cocks. I don't think anybody's cock is that big. Well, I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
Obviously impossible.
I would like to be proven wrong.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm. It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use
By
your
yourself, use your teeth.
teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
I don't know, man. Like,
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much.
I think it's the burned rope. I actually do.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
I'm just gonna like Hail Mary these. Dang, dude, I don't know if I like bumped up the difficulty maybe.
Actually tie up your own. That's obviously
Tying just the leg, tying both arms would.
You couldn't do much with. It'd be impossible.
How about if you use?
Or if you use your front... Dirty
I don't
joke!
think it's that. I really have a hard time believing it's that.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
Oh, okay. I was right.
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were.
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
There is, and I know what that evidence is. Proof that the burnt rope on Nagito's right arm is a trap. What is his right sleeve? So confused. What was his right sleeve about? Oh, the right sleeve. I know, I understand. Because there was no, like, burn marks or something on it. I don't know.
Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural.
Pretty unnatural if you ask me too.
That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Oh my god. Really? Like, I'm just... I might take you up on that offer, I'm just saying.
You should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
Sonia, it's even worse.
That's definitely wrong.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand. Ah, that much is obvious.
Maybe if you, like, stand it up, right? Like, by itself, and then you just... Bop, you know?
Hajime, you tricked me! Give me back that Benjamin!
Not only did she try to charge me, now she wants the money back? What the heck?
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
Oh my god. A way to stab yourself in your right hand using only your right hand. It's okay, there's definitely an answer for this. There is. There absolutely is, actually. It's obvious, you know? Obvious. Yeah, no, it's obvious. Like, if you don't know this, you're crazy, you know?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
What's up, Olga? How you doing?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow
That's what I was thinking, Chiaki.
and slammed his right hand down on it?
That's what I was thinking. That's what. Oh my god.
Propped it onto what?
Popped it onto his cock, like
If
you
he
were
just
saying, his
propped
front
the
tail.
knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
If Nagito could only use his right hand to stab himself in the palm, then how did he do it?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall,
Can I fall?
could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife? Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand, propped it. If he just propped him, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily.
Yeah.
We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
If Nagito could only use his right hand to stab himself in the palm, then how did he do it? I think it's blood on the girder. I do think that. Or maybe it's the Monokuma
How
plushie.
could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the knife somehow.
Oh! Oh my god! You see, we're coming back to it, alright?
The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach. He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it.
And that explains the blood. Yeah, Olga, I'm all good. How are you doing today?
If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
It does.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem. The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right?
You're okay? That's good. That's good.
If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
That would explain the face. I'd probably be making that face too.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Oh my god.
Say it one more time. I need to record it. For reasons.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out!
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stabbed into your right hand, while your left hand is tied up.
That would be pretty difficult.
So you're saying it's impossible?
We didn't say that.
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else. I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
Just So somebody did kill him.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Monomi sassing me.
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. So this might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
I hate myself for laughing at this, but it is a funny Among Us joke. Among Us. The way she said it too was Among Us, you know?
Of course that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
Yeah, me too.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
Huh?
I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
Oh! I got it. I am the smartest person when I want to be. Holy crap.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how we made it this far up till now. Everyone working together.
She's right. We made it through several ordeals up till now by doing that. Then even now.
Alright, let's do this.
Let's do this. I Among Us kill. You already know, dude. Burned rib, traveling lamp on left hand, duct tape, Monokuma plushie, oil lighter. Okay. Let's get this going.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through. When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
And that rules out his left hand. If that's the case, the only other way is...
He used his teeth? Or maybe he used his front tail.
Oh my god. No.
I know guys have tails that get hard when they're grabbed.
Dude, stop. Stop.
What do you say?
The blushing Miss Sonia is freaking awesome!
Oh my god. How do I concentrate? If Nagito committed suicide, then he must have used that spear to stab himself. Even if his arms and legs were tied up, there's no doubt he used some part of his body. The only thing he could have used is...
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through. When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
Yeah.
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Yeah.
Then that rules out his left hand.
This? There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Alright.
Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange?
It is pretty strange.
He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain, but it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit. If There's blood on his palm and the back of his hand. What was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
Okay, I go video. Okay. All right. I'll go. Have fun. What was Nagito's left hand doing when the blood splattered? It was hiding. No, it was hiding? Well, you know, like, you could, like, hide it. That's what I mean. Oh, I guess it was tied up. Never mind. Shoot, I was kind of wrong. It was open. His left hand. What was it doing? I don't think it could have been gripping.
I see.
Yeah, it could have been gripping.
When the blood splattered,
That.
he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Was he grabbing his front tail?
Oh my god.
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear! Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
Smart.
But even if he held the spear with his tied up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
But even if he had held his spear with his tied up left hand. Okay. That's right. That's the problem.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think? Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle. Just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear. I think.
Okay.
However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
What section was he gripping? Which section of the spear was he holding on to? It was the cord, wasn't it?
I see.
Because there was no blood on a specific part as well.
That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
It is.
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh? And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
No, unfortunately not. Nagito was gripping the cord extending from the butt of the spear with his left hand. But from there, how would he stab himself in the stomach with the spear? I can figure that one out by myself.
It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
No.
At a time like this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
Smart. That is very smart.
That's a long plan name.
One step at a time? What does that mean? Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
How it was positioned.
Nagito was facing up and the spear was stabbed through his stomach. So if it's just before that... That's it. Could it be? The state of the spear and the fact that Nagito was holding the tip of the cord attachment. If I put those together and think about it, I should be able to figure it out. Where the spear was and what state it was in before it stabbed Nagito. I can figure it out. It was on like the girder thing, right? Thank God it's not Hangman's Gambit. Jeez, man, I suck at that. Okay, that's that. Okay. I always forget the controls for this. Oh my God. Why you gotta do that to me, man? Okay. Okay. Give me the next question. The first, not the next, the first. Oh, God. Woo. Where was the spear just before it impaled Nagito? Nagito's left hand above Nagito. That one I know for sure is the case. That is definitely it. I figured that out all by myself because I'm just so smart. What is that thing? What is that? What is that? I don't like moving. I don't like the moving crystal looking thing. Oh my God. God. Besides the spear, what else was above Nagito? A ceiling girder, a stuffed plushie, sprinklers. It was the ceiling girder. I don't know what a girder is, but it's definitely that one. We're just so smart, like out here solving cases, solving murders. Oh. Oh. Okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. What item connects both the spear and the ceiling girder? The cord, the rope on Nagito's left hand, the rope on Nagito's right hand. It's the spear's cord is what connects the two of the things. God. It's difficult being this smart. I was just trying to get the juices flowing is why I was having such a hard time at the beginning of the trial. Where was the spear just before it impaled Nagito? Above him. Besides the spear, what else was above Nagito? A ceiling girder. What item connects both the spear and the ceiling girder? The spear's cord.
It's all coming together.
It is coming together.
The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
Yeah.
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
What's an ESP?
That'd be awesome, but he probably used the ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support, he hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like that?
I agree. It's weird.
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then this is for real? He really committed suicide? Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
Yeah.
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping a spear? That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
That's smart, yeah.
Did he need to go that far?
And it was gonna be painful.
That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
To confuse us? I don't know.
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed.
And that's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
Jeez, and I was starting to feel a little sympathetic toward him. How stupid of me. I completely underestimated his capacity for malice. A mind-boggling malice that threatens us even after he's died. That's the form his malice took. I had forgotten all about it until now. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right?
Yeah?
Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place?
Don't know.
If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other and tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
Yeah, I guess.
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
Not really. He is a crazy guy.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion. Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so he'd be executed.
That should be okay, right? Right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense. It's probably just my imagination.
Well, you should say it, you know. Speak what you're thinking, you know, speak your mind. Why? I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about. I don't think it's a mistake to assume that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? Is it because we don't know who the traitor is, or...
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
What do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You are right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Okay.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh? That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer?
I don't like it, because this has been a short one.
Understood. Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
Ooh.
Hold on. Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but...
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is.
Huh?
No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But
This is so confusing. Jesus.
I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death.
What's that?
Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Something related to Nagito's death, and it's something that even he couldn't have messed with.
You're gonna keep going? Here I thought we were finally finished.
Something related to Nagito's death. A piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. What couldn't he mess with? Piece of evidence. This? Is it this? Shit. Fuck. Fuck. Something related to Nagito's death. A piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. Only there's multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Torture wounds. No. Burned rope. Survival knife. Blood on left hand. Duct tape. Spear of Gungnir. Monokuma plushie. Blood on girder. The Monokuma panels. Found at the fire's origin point. It looks like this is what caused the fire. I think it's that. MP3 player. It could be Sonia's account. Oh, is it these thingies? I don't think it's that. I think it's definitely one of these. It has to be, right? You couldn't tamper with this. Damn it. Evidence that even he couldn't mess with. I don't know, man. I don't know. I tried. I thought it was that. This. Dude, holy crap. I think we solved everything that is have to do with his body. So it's either Sonia's account. Sonia's account, maybe? Shit, dude. Oh, we're gonna go through every one of them. Jesus. Maybe it's the gas one then. Definitely the gas. No, it's not. Wow, I've done a lot of... It's fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's the second time.
This is my
Piece of evidence he couldn't mess with. I really... What couldn't he mess with? Piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. This? I'm just gonna go through every single one. Jesus, I can't even, I can't. Blood on the girder. Well, this, I guess. No, he couldn't mess with it because, you know, his blood was already on it, so. He couldn't even mess with. One more try, one more guess at this. It's this. I'm gonna like cry. I'm seething so hard right now.
Is it about the Monokuma file?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
The victim is Nagito Komaede. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. The suspicious part of the Monokuma file that Chiaki is worried about. What is it? What's hidden in the Monokuma file? The time of death? I don't know. Probably? Time of death. Wait, no. I think it is time of death. Like, of death. But... let's try this. Okay. U, maybe? No, it's E. That vowel. It's not E? Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot that, I kind of wasted a lot of the, a lot of my life on trying to figure out that it was the Monokuma file. So, C though. C. Well, I don't know.
Never give up.
Be C, some other vowel? I don't know, maybe it's not another vowel? Could be, I hate Hangman's Gambit. I'm horrible at this. So, it's C. We know that for a fact. A. Okay, it's that vowel. C-A. Jesus, why is there so much? Cuss. Cuss. Did I already try cuss? I think I may have. Jesus. I can't. I'm overwhelmed right now. It's D? No, not D. Jesus. What the heck? Why are there so many U's? Is it you? Okay. It's not that. Cause. No, cause. Cause of F. I need an F. I lost the F. No, I lost it. I lost it again. Cause of. Can you stop? Please stop bumping into each other. Jesus. D. E. I need an A. Give me an A. I need an A. Oh my god. Come on, I need an A. D. A. T. Now an H. God. H. Why was there so many letters? Jesus.
In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
That is true. Only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
And that's because it was a suicide.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not? The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was a cause of death.
Hey guys.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Well, Monokuma,
Yeah, Monokuma.
I plead the fifth.
The
There
fifth.
he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
Do you know Monami?
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Nikon's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Yeah, I don't even remember either of their cases, but yeah.
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide.
It's not.
Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
He was always talking about like hope and stuff.
Are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
Yeah.
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh?
I believe that he would do something like this, yes.
Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice.
Yes.
I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
What friendship?
We weren't friends.
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote?
No.
I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe.
You're right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be safe, huh?
Or else we'll be like, you know.
Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
Aw, thank you.
This is friggin' annoying. But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma, you heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait.
Yeah.
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be all right. That's what I believe.
Oh,
Shut up.
Splendid. You guys are so splendid right now. That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you, huh? Now that I think about it, Nagito said the same thing. The absolute hope that can overcome any despair. He said he was yearning for that. Then the situation we're in might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. No, never mind. I'm probably overthinking. God, that was something else.
No, no.
Man, my heart was racing like crazy when I thought the voting time was gonna start, but... Well, if you think about it rationally, there's no way it was gonna happen. We haven't done this bit yet. Most of the players probably figured that out too. You're the only one who didn't know. Isn't that right, Monami? Hey, how much longer are you planning to sulk? Let's get along like we always do. Alright, you passed. Friendship is measured by how long you can stand the silence when you're all alone with someone. So, Monami and I are the bestest of friends. Don't say such stupid things. I hate you so much right now. Enough. Why do I have to be hated for that much? Be hated that much? Besides, the fact that you snap at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy tiny 1mm bit. How sad. Mistrusting your friend is much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend, you know? We aren't even friends in the first place. Then as your older brother, let me say this. You're not even my brother. It's sad to live a life without friendship. That's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. Well, there may be some demands for that. I fell for it. I totally took the man bait. What is this game? What is this game?
I'm Monami. By now, there's nothing more for me to say.
Oh yeah! And what I can say is that I'm ending this right here. So hopefully, next episode, I won't be dying from how difficult the thing is. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.